2017 GT-R car in VR. Hello there everybody and welcome to OpaFed Gaming. I am the OpaFed. Today we are driving a 2017 Nissan GT-R. We're driving it in the Nissan GT-R Cup and we're driving at the circuit de Sainte-Croix A. We're doing 3 laps. We're one of 16 cars and we started with a rolling start. Now these laps are decent length, so they're going to take a little while to do, but we are running at a fairly good clip. Now some of you might be wondering, this Nissan GT-R looks like we've seen it before. And if you're wondering that, then you're probably right, because I had that same feeling. But I just wanted to let you know that in some of these races that we get to do, that they send to us, on the weekly races in Gran Turismo, some of them you get to pick your car and some of them you don't, and I can't remember which one this is. However, it's never, I would say, that I can remember on the same track, so you might see the same car but different tracks. So it's kind of cool because I really like this car. It's an awesome car to drive, and like usual, the OpaFed was not counting how many cars he passed, so we're going to have to kind of play it by feel. As long as we keep passing cars, then we know we're moving up in position, and sooner or later you're going to catch up to the front one. You know, because if you keep passing cars, you are also going faster than everybody else. If you get stuck behind somebody for a little while, then it gets a little bit more difficult because you get separation between all the cars in front of you. You don't want that. Anyhow, we try to keep up with the main group, pass the cars as they come up to us, and we put the pedal to the metal like we're doing. But we have to remember, this kind of a car is very powerful, but you have to respect the track. I found that there's a couple of things you have to remember, as these two here try to block me out for a little while. And they're very successful in it too. Now you have to have patience. Don't try and rip by them or try and smash in trying to squeeze in between one and the wall. Just wait for a second and they will move, because you want to make sure that not only do we win, but we want to do it in a clean fashion. We want to drive a clean race. So here we're going to try and go beside him. He isn't moving over, so we take it. And that's how you do that. So when I first started racing, I always wanted to win the race in the first lap. I've been saying it over and over again, and I think it might finally be starting to stick a little bit in my head, because I don't drive as wild as I used to anymore. I'm a lot more composed, I guess you would say. Every once in a while I still get a little bit excited and overshoot corners and, you know, run off the track. But then I guess that's normal. I'm not the only one that does that. But I've learned to take my attack and spread it out over the 3 laps. Now here we're coming up to the end of the first lap. As we get down to the bottom of this little hill and we turn to the right, we can see there's three cars at least in front of us yet. So I'm thinking we got a little ways to go yet. But as we're coming to the end of the first lap, you know, you can see by using the strategy that I drive by, where you try to keep a constant pressure, but don't worry, don't drive chaotic, keep moving past cars so you can move up in the position. I think if you drive that way and you try and pass, well, we had to pass 15 cars. If you try and pass 6 or 7 in the first lap, you're doing really good. So you're setting yourself up to win. But every lap you got to pass a few more cars and get closer to that lead car. You want to be, I like to be, by the end of the second lap, I like to have the lead car in view. But that's me. That's the way I like to drive. Other people drive differently, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm by no means an expert. I am just conveying my preference, that's all. Now this track, I've recently driven it with other vehicles, and it's quite intriguing. It's a lot of fun to drive. It's a little bit longer than normal tracks, but it's got great places where you can speed up, like right here. And then there's places where you have to slow down. You have to really brake, depending on how fast you go. And if you do that and you brake properly and you slow down for the corners and then speed up again slowly as you're coming out of the corner, you can really keep your speed going. And this track is really set up for that quite well. So it's a beautiful track to drive. It's a great track to practice your going fast and slowing down and using the full width of the track, which I'm still working very hard at trying to do, because as you can see, I don't quite get over to one side or the other. You forget, or you're just trying to be too anxious trying to get past this guy. So with all that in mind, you know, the bottom line still is you got to have fun, and if you're having fun, then everything goes. In the meantime, we keep racing. As we're going around this corner here, we're catching up to this blue car. Now, I'm not sure, but I do believe that he is the lead car. So we've passed 14 cars in not quite 2 laps, but we're getting close. We're getting close. Now, this guy here is very fast, and he's very hard to pass, because whenever you have an opportunity to pass, he speeds up, or just before that he speeds up the same way you would. So he's hard to pass, but no need to fear, because the Opafed is here and we are going to pass him one way or another. We've got a lap and a little bit left to go to reach that opportunity to pass him, and we will get that. So the first plan of action, I always find when you have a guy that's hard to catch up to, and then of course going to be doubly hard to pass, the first thing is you got to get to him. You got to get closer and closer, and you got to keep that gap consistently close, because he speeds up and slows down, speeds up and slows down. So you want that hole nice and even, and then you want to shrink it as you go along. And you wait for your opportunity, because we know there's a couple of places that are perfect for passing. Now, one of them is right here. But as you notice, he's come out of the corner already, and he's already stepped on it. And I can't catch him, because he's as fast as I am. By the time I catch him, we're at the corner, and I have to slow down because the turn is coming. So, and he has to slow down too. But this guy is really good at speeding up when he comes out of the corner, so he's hard to catch. But that's okay, because we've got one spot that is perfect for passing. Now this was one of them, but is fairly short. So we just have to kind of stick with him, not let him get away, because that's the problem, is you kind of doze off a little bit and he gets a second or a second and a half ahead of you, and then your straight stretches mean nothing, because you're going to use them up just to catch up to him. And you want that straight section there for when you want to pass him. Now it's going to be coming up pretty quick here. Here you just stick with him, cut the corners properly, slow down for them, and stay right close with him. A little bit further. He keeps trying to sneak away from you, but we can't allow that to happen, because if we want to win this race, we got to make our move soon, because this lap is about halfway over. So there's not a lot of room, not a lot of room left over the race, but right after this corner here, I believe, is our last best opportunity. It's a nice long straight stretch. We cut him on the inside and step on it after this corner right here. See, you get nice and close to him, and here you go. And we take him, because in straight racing he wasn't as fast as you, but he was quick in the corners. So he was tough to get by. Now that we're ahead, you got to remember you're ahead, but can you keep the lead now that you've stolen it? So we're going to push it a little bit, but try and drive clean, use the full width of the track so we don't have to slow down too much. We don't have too much further to go. Got to go across the bridge here in a second. I can't see the car behind us anymore, so we've got a pretty good lead on him already. Once we got by him, and we screamed up to that first corner, we just couldn't keep up with that. So, and we even went through the corner a little bit quicker than normal. But that's all you can do. We're getting close to the end of the lap, and we're going to be seeing that checkered flag real soon. Now, this was an absolutely fantastic race. I just loved it. I hope you guys liked it too. If you did, give us a like down below. You know, and hopefully we'll get to see you back here at OpenFed Gaming again real soon. This was an awesome race. I had a great time. Till next time, this has been the OpenFed.